You're listening to Nicksology on ESPN 1700. Buckle up as anything goes and having fun is the only rule we have. Now here's your host, Nick Apostolopoulos.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the last episode of the year of Nicksology. As the man said, I'm your host, Nick Apostolopoulos, proprietor of 619 Vodka. As always, you can find us on the web at Nicksology.com, Facebook.com/Nicksology, and of course on Instagram and Twitter, NicksologySD. Last show of the year, I can't believe it. And I wrangled in the guys from the Brew Project, Mike Sill and Beau Schmitt. How you guys doing, man?
Doing well.
Got to get in there. Yeah, and I can now. There you go.
Are we live?
How's it going? You're live, dude. You're live on the radio.
All right. No,
thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming on, man. Well, first off, let's just start right with the drinks. What are we drinking? Because you brought something really special, right?
Yeah. So this was actually this is a barrel-aged saison from Oceanside Ale Works. They aged this in tequila barrels, and then also added agave.
Oh man.
So that's kind of a unique, usually you see bourbon barrel-aged beers in San Diego, but you don't find too many tequila barrel-aged beers.
Except,
the other one I know is probably Agave Maria from Lost Abbey, but other than that, I can't really name one.
That's cool. So it's a saison, right?
It's a saison, 6%, which is awesome because usually barrel-aged will knock you on your ass pretty fast. But
yeah, this is good, man. This is really good. All right, so the Brew Project. So you guys just opened like a few months ago, right?
We did. Right before Halloween?
Right before Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very cool. And so tell us about, let's back up a little bit. So, Beau, you have been involved deeply in the beer community for a long time, right?
Yeah.
I mean, in the last couple of years in San Diego, because you basically know, we've all been involved a long time as consumers. But I mean, you've helped put together some, help me out here. I was reading through your bio. I can't find it in front of me right now.
Oh, it's okay. We started about 4.5 years ago. Back then, my buddy Kyle and I, getting to all the breweries was hard. We either had to convince one of our girls to drive us around and, endure that for, 7 hours. Or one of us would have to stay sober. And then we just, we wanted a place that we could go and sit and try all these small breweries at the time. Like Aztec had just opened, Belching Beaver had just opened. We were discovering places like Breakwater. Thorn Street was relatively new. Rip Current was just opening. Society is just opening. Not even 4.5 years ago, but there were 63 breweries at the time, and we wanted a place kind of under one roof that we could go and try everything. So.
Right. And so you guys have 24 taps, right, that are constantly rotating?
Yeah, so the new location, we have 24 rotating taps. Kind of the thing, we only buy 1 or 2 kegs of each beer. So every day we opened about 7 or 8 weeks ago. Just about every day we've rotated a new beer on tap. So it's, constantly rotating. There's no staples that stay on draft. And we try to give love to all the specialty beers from the larger breweries and kind of the core standout beers from smaller breweries that you may not have ever heard of. So
right, but I mean, even with 24 taps, man, there's I don't know what the current number is. 120. It
was 115 like last week, and it's 116 yesterday when we checked.
Oh, really? Yeah. And there's like 40 or 50 more popping up too.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. There's another 41 in the planning stages. So that's good.
So is it going to take? I mean, it sounds like it'll take just a few months to even get through all the breweries the first time around, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's we had been to almost every one. Even the far-reaching ones out in Julian and north in Valley Center and Fallbrook, but they keep opening. And
who's up in Julian?
Out in Julian is Nickel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then up you have Valley Center, and then you have Fallbrook way up there. So. They're spread out, and then way down south now you have Border X and a couple other new ones.
Yeah, I've been trying to get them on the show too. I haven't tried their stuff yet. It's good stuff, Border X?
Yeah. So that's kind of the challenge now is, it's still one of the most important parts of the quote-unquote job, right, is that we get out and we try the new breweries, because that's what we do, is we try to get these little these beers from small breweries.
But now you can get them to come to you too, which is nice, right?
Yeah, that helps. Yeah. And it's always nice to see the tasting room though, so you can kind of visualize it.
Oh, right.
But then again, you run we go back into the same issue as one of us is going to stay sober.
Well, that's the thing, man. They're spread out all over the county. I mean, that's the tough part, right? Although they're kind of grouping into, like in Vista, there's a whole ton of them grouped together, right?
Yeah, Vista, Miramar, North Park, 30th Street.
Dude,
is like
North Park. I live in North Park, and I feel like I live in the craft beer capital of the world. I mean, just in my neighborhood.
Well, yeah,
There's so many
30th Street
breweries.
got ranked like the best beer street, I think, in the nation.
It did?
So, by someone, yeah.
That's
But
crazy.
It's ranked. So someone said it.
Yeah, no, but still, yeah, that's insane. I mean, it just blows me away how many breweries there are just in my part of town. I mean, the cool part is for me, I don't need a DD. I can just walk. I can walk up and down 30th Street, and
stumble
if I can
or
find my way
crawl
back. Yeah,
or
that's
something,
the tough part is finding my way back home. Yeah, totally. Man, but this beer is really good.
Yeah, it's. I mean, this was.
And this is your first time trying it too?
Yeah, this is the first time trying it. They'd dropped off a sample because we've had a couple of their beers on tap. We had their San Luis Rey Red, and then we have a special Christmas ale that we're holding on to for New Year's Eve. We're going to tap, and it was aged in Jack Daniel barrels, and it's 12.25% for Christmas.
Right.
So
Wow.
we're holding on to that one. This is obviously more sessionable than that, but
wow. All right. Well, I'll be there for that. Jack Daniel's barrels. Dude, what blows me away is, I mean, you work with a lot of these guys. How do they? Like, it seems to me a lot of these beers that they try, like this one, are kind of crapshoots, right? Because they have to sort of dedicate the stuff to being barrel aged. Then if it comes out crappy,
if it comes
it's crappy,
out
right?
crappy, then re-barrel age it.
Right.
Add some funky yeast, and maybe it'll sour it, and you'll have a great sour in a year or so.
Oh, dude, don't get me started on sours. When did this start? How did this sour thing start? Do you like sours?
I love sours.
Do you?
Sours and stouts.
See, I love stouts, but stouts to me are creamy and I just don't get the whole sour thing.
It's just the Brett, it appeals to I think a smaller volume of people, but it's starting to spread, and you're starting to see a lot more.
I
of
know
them on
we've
tap.
had a few breweries on that have brought in sours, and most of the time, I mean, I don't know. We've had this discussion too, where the whole idea is that breweries spent years and years trying to keep these souring yeast out of their beers. And now they're putting them in. And I mean, I've had a few that are good, like as long as it's kind of mildly tart or something. But as soon as it gets like pucker sour, I just don't get I don't get it.
You have the extremes, obviously, that are going to be like the Grand Crus that are just like mouth puckering. But then, you have, a mix of these true sours and then these other Brett beers that, are more approachable. And it's almost like wine, though. I mean, when you're drinking like a New Zealand's having a Blanc and it's like really kind of tart and grassy, it'd be the same thing as, almost like a Brett beer or Berliner Weiss.
Yeah, I guess. My thing is, I feel like, because I'm sure you guys experienced this, right? San Diego, we're the West Coast IPA, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like a few years ago, there was like a race to the hoppiest beer on the planet, right?
Yeah.
And then we've bounced back from that. We've kind of come back where they aren't that crazy anymore. And I feel like right now, on the sour world, they're same thing. They're on the way. They're all trying to figure out how to make the sourest, most lip-puckering beer they can make, instead of just trying to make something that, okay, yeah, it's a little tart, it's a little this, it's a little that.
We got breweries like Council comes out with this Beatitude or Beatitude. It's a tart saison, and they add, to keep its appeal, they just add different fruits at different times of the year. So we have a passion fruit on right now, and then they do a blueberry, they do a pineapple, and a mango. It's Council out in Kearney Mesa.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. Because we had Toolbox Brewing on a couple weeks ago, and they're doing kind of the same thing.
Yeah, and they have they're great beers.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but I mean that's the thing is I like their beers, but I couldn't drink them. Like I wouldn't. I don't know.
It's also like the
I think
hyper,
it's acquired taste, right? It's just not my cup of tea, but
it's like the hyper experimentation phase right now. I mean, even what we're drinking,
well,
people
dude,
are just doing the funky
beer, different
stuff
barrels
right
and all this kind of crazy stuff.
Yeah,
it's cool though.
Oh, it's really cool.
Yeah, and
it's really aggressive, and compared to the rest of the country or even the world, I would say that San Diego is pretty much on the forefront of the aggression and the revolution of what beer is. So.
Right. Do you know the density of like? I mean, obviously there's a lot of breweries here, but are we per capita more than any other city in the U.S.?
We were talking about this, Mike and I, the other day, because everyone asks us, like, is there going to be a bubble, where there's a breaking point? And, the first thing is there's not going to be a breaking point where, like,
where
it collapses and market crashes, because craft beer is definitely here to stay. But, as far as, like, sustainability, California has the most amount of breweries out of any of the states, like 435. We have the largest economic impact in California for craft beer. It's like $6.8 billion. But we rank first in that and in number of breweries. And San Diego County has over 25% of those with 115. But per capita, we're ranked 20th in the nation. So we have 1.6 breweries per 100,000 people that are 21 and over. And you look at the leaders are like Oregon, Colorado, and Vermont. And at the top, you have Vermont with 8.6 breweries per capita. So, if you're looking at
8.6.
Yeah. So you're looking at, like Vermont and their sustainability, and they've sustained as this great, little beer mecca up in the Northeast. Then there's no reason why San Diego couldn't easily have 8.6 breweries per capita. It put us around 220 breweries in San Diego, especially since we have the largest tourism industry and the largest influx of people, for SeaWorld and the zoo and Wild Animal Park and everything. So,
right. But, we're getting close to a break, but I was looking at, reading your article that you posted on the site the other day. Excuse me. And I think the difference is, though, maybe it'll change, right? But people go to Napa specifically to go wine tasting. They're not going there to go to SeaWorld and then, oh, by the way, we'll catch some wineries on the way out kind of thing.
Yeah, but now, like, Expedia and Orbitz, they're packaging brewery tours with, their travel packages. Yeah, and we actually just met with someone from Japan who's putting the Brew Project and San Diego breweries in travel packages for Japanese tourists, and they're the second largest tourism company out there, because people want to travel to San Diego for the beer. It's kind of like the adult Disneyland.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's really cool. Man, we're a tourist mecca. We already were for that, but I didn't realize we were that way for beer.
Oh yeah,
that's pretty cool.
So, on another note, like, people want our beer. Talking to, the guys at Coronado, when they go to Japan and they do a tap takeover, like, people are asking them to autograph their glassware and their T-shirts. And it was just, 5 months ago, we were approached by this guy, Tom, in Australia, out of Canberra. He owns a couple of businesses out there and wants to open a brewery, but the only brewery he wants to open is one with San Diego-style beers. Not West Coast style, but San Diego style. So
really?
We worked with him and reached out to some breweries, because he's looking to basically poach a brewer, and we don't want to, just to get,
right.
We want to be respectful about it. But right now he's partnering basically with a brewer from Coronado named Wade, and I think they've almost finalized everything, but they want to brew the San Diego style IPA, the dry, tropical IPA in Canberra, Australia, because they don't have anything like that. And so we have all these people from other countries. We've worked with a place in Beijing called Panda Brew. They came to San Diego last year, and we met with them because they wanted to westernize their brewery for our brewing styles, because their population in Beijing was asking for San Diego style IPAs.
Specifically San Diego style.
San Diego style.
That's crazy.
They're flying to San Diego. They're not flying to Denver or Portland or Seattle, which have great breweries, but they wanted that San Diego, that aggressive.
What the heck is
IPA.
the San Diego style? It's just the IPA?
San Diego style,
West Coast IPA kind of thing?
Besides like the kind of rambunctious beers, which are awesome, but it's this dry tropical, I say medium hop bitterness, probably like 70 IBU, but it's all subjective, I guess. But tropical and grassy IPA,
right?
With like mango notes. It's almost like the Sculpin style IPA, but just in different variations.
That's insane. So, I had no idea there was that kind of interest. I knew we were popular, but I didn't know it was that crazy. Man. All right. Well, there goes my phone. We have to take a break, though. And but when we come back, we'll get deeper into that, because I want to get your opinion on the whole Ballast Point thing and where that puts them in the world of beer and all that good stuff. So anyway, we'll take a break. We'll be right back right after this.
You're listening to Nicksology on ESPN 1700, brought to you by 619 Vodka, who reminds you to always drink responsibly. Find out more at 619vodka.com.
Hey, Mr. Credit here. If you ever catch me at happy hour, you'll probably catch me drinking a vodka martini. I don't always drink vodka, but when I do, I drink 619 Vodka because it's local vodka from right here in San Diego. I know the owner, and you can meet him too. Go to 619vodka.com and think 619 Vodka when you're out there having a good time. That's 619vodka.com. And of course, remember to always drink responsibly.
CS Keys here to tell you about San Diego's handcrafted ultra premium vodka, 619 Vodka. It's distilled and filtered 5 times, gluten-free, and made from 100% pure mountain spring water for a smooth, clean finish. It's a 2-time silver medal winner and a 2-time gold medal winner already in 2013. America's Finest City has America's Finest Vodka that everybody can experience. Just go to the website, 619vodka.com. If you know like I know, you better tell somebody.
The smart play is always the best play. like running the ball on the one. Don't throw it. And like signing up for AutoZone Rewards. Just spend $20 5 times. You get a $20 reward. Pretty smart. Hoods up, America.
Sign up for free today at any AutoZone store or online at AutoZone.com/rewards. See store for restrictions and details.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
So I'm looking at my guy, Mike Shepard here, my program director, and something I never thought I'd say when I met you, Mike. You, my friend, need a haircut.
I do, and I've heard that from so many people over the last few weeks. And, you know, if somebody was going to make a criticism, that's one I like to hear.
Go get a haircut, you hippie. 844-567-HAIR. That's why Mike needs a haircut. He went to La Jolla Hair MD. You can see them online at LaJollaHairMD.com. First consultation, absolutely free. Mike, you were losing your hair, you were bald, you were thinning for a very long time. What was it about this procedure that was so much different than everything else?
It's a revolutionary breakthrough. It's NeoGraft technology, and Dr. Shafu and his team can explain it to you like they did to me, and the consultation, as you point out, Darren, absolutely free.
Not only that, you call now, just because you heard it here, $1,000 off. So do with that what you will. Go check out what they're doing at La Jolla Hair MD, online at LaJollaHairMD.com, 844-567-HAIR.
And now, back to Nicksology on ESPN 1700. Brought to you by 619 Vodka, who reminds you to always drink responsibly. Find out more at 619vodka.com.
All right, welcome back. Man, I'm drinking more of this Saison. This thing's amazing. But we're switching to another beer. What are we doing? Sorry, just pounded that back. What am I drinking? What's next?
Right now we got the Rough Draft.
This is a drinking show, man. You guys got to wake up, get with the program.
Which is delicious. This is also this is aged in bourbon barrels.
Yeah.
So the other one was the tequila. This one's a bourbon.
So we have this one's cousin on draft right now. It's a bourbon barrel aged Freudian sip. That's an American strong ale. And then this is the Belgian triple or tripel, depending on how you want to say it.
Wow.
So this is from Rough Draft, just down the road.
So where are they? How come I haven't heard of them?
They're off Recco Road. So owner Jeff Silver is probably one of the nicest brewery owners ever. He's almost too nice.
Okay.
Too nice to be trusted. But he actually helped out the brew project a lot when we opened. We have still have the same stools and tasting glasses as him, because when we were opening, we'd go to everywhere and figure out where could we buy the cheapest stools.
Oh, really? That's cool.
And they ended up being better than any other stool we've ever bought. And we replaced all of our new stools at the new brew project with like these stools that we had bought like 3 years ago. So
that's pretty awesome. Very cool. Yeah, this is really good. So this is whiskey or bourbon barrel aged, you said, but just no name bourbon, not like Jack Daniel's.
It's probably Heaven Hill. See a lot of Heaven Hill bourbon barrels around. So
okay,
just by guess.
Man, I can't get over this stupid cold. It's been bugging me for like, I don't know, 2 months now.
Whiskey.
I tried whiskey. I've tried beer. I've tried everything there is.
Well, you're not trying hard enough.
I know. I feel like that's the thing. Although, but the nights I go out drinking, then I wake up the next day feeling even worse again. So then I take like 3 or 4 days off, and that doesn't help. And then I go, okay, I need a drink, and then, I don't know.
It's true. Whiskey kills all the bacteria. It's science.
It does?
Yeah.
It's science?
I read an article one time that said that it actually helps. I'm 3 for 3 with it. So.
Are you?
Yeah.
So maybe I just need to be doing straight whiskey shots.
You're just not drinking enough of it.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buffalo Trace, High West, and Templeton.
Templeton?
Yeah.
All right. I've been drinking some Bullet.
Better than NyQuil.
Jim Beam. I don't know how I got a hold of some Jim Beam.
And Elijah
it's
Craig.
Not my favorite. Yeah. Okay. Buffalo Trace. I have that at the house. Maybe that'll do it. I don't know. It's driving me crazy.
Just get a long straw.
I keep trying to. I just
turn on Devil Wears Prada. Have a good night.
Man, I should have called you like 2 months ago, man. We could have had this whole thing figured out.
I know.
Oh, that's awesome. So I want to go back to this thing because I'm kind of blown away by this. All these, I knew we were popular in California for beers, but I didn't realize it was such a. I mean, obviously Ballast Point just got bought, and maybe that's part of the reason they got such a giant valuation, because it seemed to me kind of high for $1 billion for them as a beer company.
Well, like all the stuff that I had mentioned happened before Ballast Point was even. I mean, a lot of breweries we've heard have been approached, but Ballast Point was a different animal. So
yeah, they're a totally different animal. But I didn't realize like the Japanese were. I mean, I knew we were kind of a popular. I didn't realize. I mean, I knew we had the West Coast IPA, but I didn't realize there was like a whole style to the region.
Yeah.
So you don't think the way we're spread out around a county will hurt? Because the other thing too is that I feel like a lot of these breweries, the cool part about it for them, and it's great for the locals, they can come online, and I've had this discussion on the show a bunch of times. Unlike distilleries, although that law is changing, right? They can come online, open up a brewery, put a food truck outside and start selling beer and make money day one, right? They don't have to have a distributor. They don't need any of that other infrastructure. They can just do it and start making money at their location. They don't even have to bottle it. They don't have to do anything else, right? They can just kind of make money, and that's great because it allows them all to open up. But then there's that second step of, okay, well, how do they get the exposure after that, right? How do they, if you live around the corner and you really like Thorn Street, that's great. But if the only people who can go there in the neighborhood,
Thorn Street is
good,
like
right?
the perfect model, though, because
Thorn Street's a great example. Yeah,
I mean, it's literally the neighborhood model. I mean,
right.
220 breweries, that's sustainable, but not if they're all going to be like Modern Times or
right.
Like pretty decently sized.
Yeah. No, and it's nice that they're all so different too. I mean, I feel like it's almost, I feel like one of the cool things about San Diego is that the breweries are trying so many different styles of beer, but I also feel like they almost have to, because there's so many breweries, they have to distinguish themselves, right? Where Toolbox is only doing, those one type of beers. Yeah, the wild fermentation type stuff. And they're creating we had them on here. I was blown away. They're creating their own strains of yeast. I don't know if you know this. He's going out into the wild and like catching yeast and separating them out, and they're actually making their own strains, which is nuts, but that's really cool, because then it's like, hey, this is yeast that was collected and cultivated in California. Really cool stuff. But so how do you feel about but this is for both of you guys, how do you feel about the whole Ballast Point thing? Because Ballast Point's gotten a lot of crap. Who else got half bought by Heineken? Was it
Lagunitas,
Lagunitas, yeah.
And then St. Archer was bought by Miller Coors, or Molson Coors, the European side of it.
Right. Right. And I hear a lot of people kind of bitching and moaning, oh, those guys they're not really craft anymore, they're not local.
No, I mean, first off, I would say I'm proud of them. It's like they started up a brewery, some of them in their garages, and then all of a sudden they blow up. I mean, that's the dream, I think.
Right, and that's how I feel. I mean, that's
any small company should be proud when a bigger fish comes and tries to buy them out or does buy them out. I think that's the ultimate dream for a lot of people, and I don't think that compromises the craft in any way, especially for Ballast Point. We still pour their beers, we still love their beers, and that's just the direction that they took, which is I respect.
Right. Yeah, because I read an article that one of the I don't know, I don't remember who it was, but one of the brewery owners, I don't even know if it was from San Diego or just some other regional place that got bought out, kind of, he was getting a lot of crap at some brewery meeting or thing he was at, and he said, look, I started this thing with some friends, I got friends and family money in this thing. There's no way for the friends and family to cash out unless I sell stuff off, right? It's not like we're a public company or anything else. And he's like, this is what we worked hard to do. This is what we were trying to do. And now, there's no other way for us to reap the benefits of all the hard work we put in unless we sell and they only sold like half their company or something. But
well, yeah. So, the Ballast Point buyout for $1 billion. $1 billion is a huge number.
Who's saying no to that?
And,
right. It's
for a privately owned company being bought by a distribution company, it's not like Ballast Point was built to sell. I mean, they've been since 1996, so almost 20 years old. I mean, I learned to brew from
when I was home brewing, I used to buy my stuff at Home Brew Mart.
Yeah.
That's where I went. And then all of a sudden there's a little brewery in the back. I'm like, wow, this is really cool.
Yeah, and like their old tasting room manager, he helped us rebuild our kegerator so we could pour more beers at the Brew Project when we first opened.
Right.
Our chef Tom Miller came from Ballast Point, Miramar. Half our business, our food program, is with Ballast Point background.
Didn't know that. That's cool.
And so we have a large vested relationship with Ballast Point, and they're bought by a distribution company. It's different than a buyout from a big beer company because they don't have the same brewing intentions.
Right. To mass produce it and do whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's totally different. Plus, like I said, they've been around for 20 years. This wasn't like some long-term, goal where they're like, I hope we sell in 20 years. It's like it just happened when you're offered $1 billion.
Dude, exactly. Dude. Yeah, I'm not turning.
I think more people would be pissed off at them if they didn't sell than
well, what blew me away, and I know a little bit of behind the scenes stuff. What blew me away is when they went, they announced they were going IPO, right, for $173 million, and it turns out that was a tactic to get Constellation off their butts, right? But to see, they announced a $173 million IPO, it's like, wow, that's a lot of money. They did awesome. And then I don't even think it was 3 weeks later. They go, we're pulling the IPO because we just sold for $1 billion.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, that's amazing.
So I mean,
awesome.
6 times valuation is pretty.
Right.
I think any financial expert would say that's a pretty high valuation. So
yeah, totally. Not something you want to turn down for sure. Sorry.
But it's it's great to see. So I mean, I'm not too familiar with the structure of the business. I know that Jack White and Yusuf are at the top of it, and
what I do know that it does not include the spirits business.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's just the brewing.
Yeah,
which is basically,
the business is being peeled off and rejiggered, and they're going to do something new with that.
It's I mean, I was home in Seattle last week, and there was a grapefruit sculpin on, and a sculpin.
Yeah.
In a small, little, tiny bar in my hometown of Edmonds, Washington. And I was like, hell yeah, this is better than any other IPA on draft here. So.
Yeah, that's cool to see, too. They're putting San Diego on the map and other places, you know?
Right.
And that helps everybody out in the long run.
No, it's awesome. And then Stone is opening a brewery in Germany, right?
They just opened.
They just opened?
Yeah. They started pouring they poured their first beer from their first batch just recently, so.
Yeah. See, that's crazy to me. That's awesome, though, because it's the same thing, right? It's taking something that came out of San Diego, because those guys have been around forever, too. I mean, I remember when they had little parties in their parking lot in San Marcos before they, years and years, 13, 14, 20 years ago, something like that. And now they're I think it's sort of poetic justice that they're in Germany, because Germany has these beer purity laws, right? And it's like, whatever. We know how to make beer, good beer, and it doesn't have to just have these 3 freaking ingredients in it.
Yeah.
And so, I love that we're just kind of smashing that market over there. It's kind of cool. So let's talk more about the Brew Project. So you guys have, tell me more about the chef, because you have some amazing fries here. I had these the other day for brunch. They were off the hook.
Yeah, so his name's Tom Miller. Beau noted he came from Ballast Point, so he's got that beer-centric cuisine, and our food's been killing it. I mean, you go on Yelp, and I think we have 4.5 stars on Yelp, and everybody's raving about the food. Food sales are high, kind of right up there with our beer sales, which was something that Beau and I didn't expect from the beginning. We thought the hard alcohol would take the cake, which we also have over there at the Brew Project. But yeah, the food's been great, and we also have a killer brunch that goes on Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
9 a.m.
Is it 9 a.m.? Yeah, 11 a.m. lunch. Thanks, buddy. Right?
Still winging it.
Good morning.
Hey-o. So yeah, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
I'm out of beer, by the way.
There you go. Hold on, let me pass it over. And we go on like an hour and a half wait for that too. So,
dude, I was there and I had these fries the other day at the brunch, and they're just amazing. And I love you. I noticed in the bio or press release or something I read, it basically said that your food is very American new, and then it said something like read that a lot, or SoCal, and then it said read that a lot of avocados.
Yeah, well, it's kind of funny because Chef Tom has such a good background in especially fish. We don't have any fish on the menu except for some specials he's starting to throw out. But, he's laughing because, he's got this great background and is cooking up this awesome food. And then he's known for like these carne asada fries.
Oh, dude. I mean, it's the first thing I posted when I went, because I ordered them and I was like, oh, these are the best.
It's the number one selling item.
Is it?
Yeah, hands down.
They're crazy good.
It's twice as many sold as any other item. But, for him, now he's going to start going into like a spring menu where we have some larger entrees and some fish and some, I guess, non-lunch oriented items. So
we're giving him some culinary freedom and just letting him fly. I mean, everything we do is house made too, right. Which we try to tell.
Your sauces and stuff too. It was funny because we did the brunch thing, and then they came out with these 4 sauces for us, and I was intimidated. I'm like, we were trying them all, but I wasn't sure what to do with them, but they were all so tasty that it wasn't normally when you get a pile of sauces, you're like, yeah, nope. Okay, yeah, that one's pretty good, and I'll use it, right? But these were so good, I couldn't figure out what to do with them because they were all so tasty, and they're all so different too.
Thank you.
And
The
like
sauces are-
he's just making those up on his head.
He's
kind of
whipping
thing?
them on the daily.
That's so awesome. That's so cool.
And we're glad you enjoy them because they're they're a pain in the ass for
I
everyone.
was going to say, they sound like,
to be quite honest. But it's not about us.
He doesn't yell
they
at
don't
us at
seem
all.
like the easiest.
Making like 2 gallons of those sauces every day.
My only
from
suggestion is maybe
scratch.
like explaining them when you hand them out or something, because it's just sort of a crapshoot of, okay, I got 4 cool colored sauces. I don't know what to do with them now.
Yeah, so they're on the menu. So house-made
Oh, are they?
sauces. Yeah, it says it on
But
the
they
bottom.
say what they are?
It doesn't have every ingredient, so we keep that a secret.
Oh,
but,
okay. But I mean, they're okay.
Yeah,
didn't see that part.
peach mole barbecue, avocado cilantro,
Oh, okay.
Fresno chili, and then we have the Brew Project aioli as well.
See, I didn't see any of that.
Yeah.
I didn't see any of that. You need little stickers on the bottles or something. I'm going to complicate your life now.
Are you
So
giving us more work or what?
Exactly.
Or you had too many 619s.
I did. I had a lot. I had a lot of the socials. Yeah, that's for sure. All right, cool. We're up against another break. When we come back, I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the alcohol side of the Brew Project. So we'll be right back right after this on Nicksology.
Hey, Mr. Credit here. If you ever catch me at happy hour, you'll probably catch me drinking a vodka martini. I don't always drink vodka, but when I do, I drink 619 vodka because it's local vodka from right here in San Diego. I know the owner, and you can meet him too. Go to 619vodka.com and think 619 vodka when you're out there having a good time. That's 619vodka.com. And of course, remember to always drink responsibly.
CS Keys here to tell you about San Diego's handcrafted ultra premium vodka, 619 Vodka. It's distilled and filtered 5 times, gluten-free, and made from 100% pure mountain spring water for a smooth, clean finish. It's a 2-time silver medal winner and a 2-time gold medal winner already in 2013. America's Finest City has America's finest vodka that everybody can experience. Just go to the website, 619vodka.com. If you know like I know, you better tell somebody.
This is Brandon Tierney, and this is a CBS Sports Minute. Buried beneath the holidays were some pretty interesting comments made by former Warriors head coach Mark Jackson, who, when I'm putting quotes around this, blamed Steph Curry for an erosion of fundamentals for the next wave of players. Basically, according to Jackson, as kids continue to attempt to imitate Curry's ridiculous range, invariably, the other aspects of their games will suffer. Hey, for the record, growing up in New York, I was a monster Mark Jackson fan. But this is pretty short-sighted and a convenient take. If Jackson wanted to keep it real, it would have been better served calling out the network that actually pays him. You know, the one that glorifies showmanship over fundamentals nightly. And nothing, and I mean nothing, Steph Curry does is bad for the game. And that includes today and tomorrow. I do believe Mark was attempting to compliment his former star while simultaneously addressing the state of the game. But as they say in baseball, swing and a miss. I'm BT.
Hi, I'm Jay Farner, president of Quicken Loans. Call Quicken Loans now to see if you qualify for the government's Home Affordable Refinance Program, or HARP. And for 6 years in a row now, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction. And for the 2nd year in a row, they've also ranked us highest in mortgage servicing. Call 800-QUICKEN or visit QuickenLoans.com.
Visit jdpower.com for award information. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Number 3030.
O'Reilly. If it's hard to stop or you hear squealing and grinding noises during braking, stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts. You'll find the brake parts you need from trusted brands like Brake Best Select, and Wagner Thermo-Quiet at everyday low prices. Play it safe with brake parts from O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
And now, back to Nicksology on ESPN 1700. Brought to you by 619 Vodka, who reminds you to always drink responsibly. Find out more at 619vodka.com.
All right, welcome back to Nicksology. We've got Beau and Mike here from the Brew Project on. We're finally cracking open some hard liquor, which is how I like it on this show. You guys need to listen more often because you clearly don't get the theme of the show, which is me needing a driver before to go home.
Nice little Tuesday. Yeah. I got Beau as the driver, so.
I know my girlfriend's not here today, so I got to be a little careful. When we went to break, we were talking about the food and stuff, and you also mentioned when you were speaking a minute ago that you guys, when you opened up, you thought that hard liquor would be more of your mix, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that kind of seems weird to me because the whole idea of the Brew Project is this whole San Diego beer tour under one roof, right? What made you think the liquor would be more?
I think it's just, first of all, with our backgrounds, we've always just seen the liquor be the driver in most cases. And then also just the neighborhood we're in with our market research. Just look like people really love their hard liquor there.
Right.
So obviously, we're proud of the fact that beer overtook it because that's what we're known for, along with our food and great service and all that. But yeah, I mean, we thought there'd be a little bit more there in the liquor, especially since we're trying to highlight the locally distilled spirits as well, which we think is going to be the next big thing in San Diego.
Yeah, so I want to talk a little bit more about that. So you guys obviously you have Malahat there, which we're drinking right now. Their spiced rum. Ken was on the show a couple weeks ago.
Ken's the man. We love Ken.
Ken is awesome, and yeah, he brought one of each and didn't leave with any of the bottles. All of us
he does that.
Home. I know.
He leaves them behind. A little trail.
You know what? I trust me. I'm used to doing that with 619. But this was he had like 4 different bottles he left. But and we're drinking the spiced rum right now, which to me is it's like candy.
It is like candy. It's like holiday candy too. It's got the natural spices that he puts in it, and he's like the rum master.
They are the rum masters. That's and so you have Malahat, you have Old Harbor, right?
Kill
Devil, us, Henneberry. Any of the other local guys?
And Ballast Point, obviously.
Oh yeah, okay. Although that's going to change. I don't know how.
How's it going to change, Nick?
Because it's not because they didn't buy Ballast Point Spirits, so they're going to have to take that and rename it something else.
Okay.
My understanding is that they're working on starting because they have to actually open a distillery now separate, right? Because it was kind of merged under the same license.
Yeah.
So they have to actually take it and pull it apart.
I know that they have a lot of whiskey. I think that's going to hit the San Diego streets. Pretty soon.
They've been
it's a wave of whiskey
forever.
coming. I think.
Yeah,
and thank God for that because it's delicious.
Yeah, so I think I haven't tried any of their whiskey, but I think that's going to change. I think there's going to be a new name, but don't hold me to that 100%. It's just something I heard behind the scenes. So how are the local spirits selling? Do people? Because owning 619, my experience is, and I joke about this, but I'm halfway serious, is that, I like Ray and I think have been around the longest. And I feel like we were kind of ahead of our time, right? When we started, I thought, oh, look, local beer revolution. People will like the idea of locally owned and produced spirits. And, even when I met you, it was just, Mike, it was like, yeah, nobody cares.
Well, I disagree with that. I mean, that's why it's awesome, too, that you guys, you all show face. You can, Ray Diggs always coming in and supporting what we have because, we're a startup on our end. And we know you guys are fighting the good fight as well. Ray, we actually just went to Motley Crue concert at Viejas the other weekend, which is awesome.
So he was at a
Raise the boy.
So I was at a Christmas party with him before that show.
Oh, you went to that party?
I don't know how he made it
in La Jolla or whatever. Yeah. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I don't know how he made it to that show because we did enough Grand Marnier shots. It was all Grand Marnier.
That's right. Mike didn't make it back from the show. We didn't see him for like 36 hours.
And I was supposed to go to that show, and I turned down my invitation to go because I was like,
Motley
I've been
Crue,
sick,
man.
and I know I should have gone.
Motley Crue.
I should have gone.
Glitter everywhere.
But yeah, when I know Ray went through this too, dude. When I first started, it was like, yeah, nobody cares. I mean, I'll give you an example, not to badmouth any one place, but like Barley Mash downtown, right? When they first opened, I went in, I knew some of the people that were there, and I said, hey, look, 619, blah, 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 local spirit, you guys are right downtown. We talked to hotels and stuff, and they were like, yeah, we don't want to carry it. Nobody cares. Nobody's going to order it. We don't want to push it. If you walked into Barley Mash and said, hey, and they said, hey, we don't have any local beer, you'd laugh and walk out the door, right? And hopefully that changes with the spirits world too, but it's been a tough slog, man. I guess I'm curious now because you guys are one of the first quad ale houses doing it. There's a few others that actually have slates of local spirits. What's the reaction though?
Well, one issue is that, it was new to me because our old location was just beer and wine, so Mike can elaborate, but the larger liquor companies are much more aggressive at getting space
than money.
Than the larger beer companies. You know, we don't have Anheuser or Miller Coors banging on the door, trying to get. They'll offer to do a draft system or something like that, but they're not as aggressive as the reps for the liquor companies.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing. We did, looking at it, we on our specialty cocktail list that we offer, it's all locally distilled stuff on there.
Right.
Obviously, the tequila is a different story. But we try to highlight all the local stuff, especially 619. I mean, the number one selling drink that we have is called the Social,
right.
Which is the cucumber vodka that you infuse for us.
Didn't I've mentioned this too? I need to come down there and take a class because I've tried to make that thing at home and it's not as good as it is in your bar.
That's what I like to hear.
I know, but I don't know why. Like, what am I doing wrong? I should be able to make a drink made with my vodka, and I can't reproduce it.
That's Jacob. That's the lead bartender.
All right, I'm coming down there and I'm gonna
wizard.
I'm gonna hold him down until he tells me how to make it right because I can't make it as good at home as. I mean, every time I have it there, I'm like, it's amazing.
Yeah. So one of the bigger things, is that we didn't get that initial push from some of the spirits when we opened up because we want to help grow, the local distilleries just like we help grow the local breweries.
Right.
So we kind of try to keep that whole concept cohesive. And I think the whole liquor side of the business will start to grow as well since we just obtained our entertainment license, so we can start doing bands and DJs and so forth. Because we could stay open till we're going to stay open till 2 a.m. Especially on Fridays and Saturdays. So
yeah, very cool. All right, so I'm going to put you on the spot, like I told you I was going to do in the break, because this is one of the things I think the distillers are getting wrong, or a lot of them are getting wrong, and I've said this to everyone out there, is that I feel like Malhat's a great example. Malhat decided, hey, we want to do rum. They do 4 rums. They do them amazingly well. And so if I come in and say, hey, I want a Malahat drink, I know I'm getting a rum drink, right? But if I come in and say I want an Old Harbor drink or a Liberty Call drink or whatever, the distilleries are trying to be like breweries, right? They're trying to be like, oh, we make a rum and a gin and a vodka and a this and a that and the other thing. And so from a standpoint of, let's say you guys are putting together your menu and you want to make a really cool rum drink. Who are you going to use? Malahat. Mm-hmm. If you want to make a really cool gin drink, who are you going to use?
Probably Old Harbor or Ray.
Or the 3 other distilleries or 4 of the distilleries in town that are making gin. I mean, I agree Ray's and Mike's are the best. And they're different styles.
Yeah.
But
completely different styles.
Yeah, they're different. They're totally different styles. And Ray makes a vodka too, which is totally different than our vodka.
But there you go. I mean, look at Ray for example. He's got the unfiltered vodka, the RX, and he's got the the Valor gin. He's even messing with coffee in the vodka that he has But at the same token,
I'll correct you. The coffee's in the moonshine.
It's the moonshine. That's what I meant.
He's not allowed because I'm no. No, Ray and I are working really closely together. So,
but can I say that I'm not anticipating the moment that he unleashes some whiskey? I think it's going to be amazing. And so your eyes are floating up. So I want to hear, your side of it because that's where you come in.
I guess the difference is maybe it's more of a semantic difference of. If you're going to release a whiskey, so I can't wait till Ray comes out with his whiskey. The Ballast Point guys, I'm sure it's going to be a good whiskey. I just feel like maybe it's more of a branding issue of if I walk in and say, I'd like an Old Harbor and tonic, what are you going to pour me? Because he has
gin.
he has Navy I guess gin,
rum.
right? Yeah, but because the tonic kind of gives it away.
Well, I guess
he's got the Navy strength rum, he's got the coffee drink he's coming out with. I like I said, I've told them all this too. I think from a branding standpoint, like 619 does vodka, and we do a lot, and we're going to do the infusions now and all this other stuff. If we do something else, it won't be called 619 whiskey. It'll be called something else.
Why not? As far as from our perspective, though, we met with Liberty Call and they had a great gin, but we kind of looked at each other like we have 3 local gins on the counter already. We can't carry another local gin,
exactly.
so it's good for them to have another rum.
Gin? Right, it's making a little bit of a comeback.
And that's what I feel like. I feel like you're not going to get nobody. And how many people? Whiskey is its own animal. I'll give you that, right? But how many people? Yeah, sure, dude.
And whiskey's
whiskey is its own animal where people literally go to whiskey bars just to try as many different things as they can, right?
But it's also like a sustainability thing where you have to produce like vodka and gin just to get through the stage where you have whiskey 2 years, 3 years down the line.
Yeah, I guess there's that too. Yeah. If you want to do it from scratch, that's true.
If a brewery opened up and did all lagers, and they had to wait, over a month to get beer versus maybe 10 to 14 days for an IPA, then they'd just be sitting on their hands.
It's also the experimentation thing. The same thing with the breweries. It's seeing what works and what doesn't work.
Well, and there's some of that too, because I know Mike's doing, or a couple of the guys at Liberty Call too. They're doing like some cask aging and stuff like that of their different things. I guess I just see it as a. I feel like, dude, it's good though, huh?
This rum is really good.
the rum's
good.
It's delicious.
You don't even need ice with the rum.
No, you don't even know.
You don't need anything.
Malahat just does a great
Tuesday
job.
breakfast.
Yeah.
Is it Tuesday? What day is it?
It's
October?
Tuesday. Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
It's
11 a.m., 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh man, no, I just think I guess. I don't know. I mean, I don't really care. Everybody can do whatever they want, and we'll all see who wins. And it's not even a win, and we all win. I mean, that's one of the great things I love about the craft beer community in San Diego, is that a lot of these guys, the brewmaster from XYZ brewery went and moved and opened his own brewery, but everyone still all works together and they do collaborations and stuff like that. And it's turning out, and hopefully it stays that way with the spirit side too, right? We all work together, we all talk together. I don't know if there's so much collaboration going on because it's a little easier in the beer world to do that thing.
Well, you and Ray have some collaboration.
No, Ray and I are working together, and like, and I love all the guys because the bottom line is that the more that happens,
the rising tide.
The more that happens, the more. I want it to get to the point where people walk into a bar and go, "You don't have any local spirits? Well, what the hell? What the heck's going on?"
I think that's where it's going.
And that's what has to happen. Right?
But people just don't know. I mean, when we tell people we have 6 out of 7 house cocktails with local spirits, they're like, "The hell?"
People didn't even know their local spirits.
There's 7 distilleries, or there's 6 distilleries.
Right.
They know that Ballast Point makes horchata and makes vodka and fugu and stuff, but it's a lot of people still, they just don't know.
Well, I think it's once the laws change too, and you might have to help me out with that, but where you're allowed to pour off and make cocktails at the actual distilleries. I think that's going to help with the exposure as well.
It's going to change things a lot. I mean, the weird part is that, and I went through this too, right? And looking, we got to take a break quick, but we're looking at the landscape, right? When you're starting a distillery, unlike a brewery, because that the brewery laws are different, you want to start a distillery in the cheapest real estate possible, which isn't necessarily any place anyone's going to want to drive to just to try your 3 liquors and then go home.
Same thing with the breweries, though, right?
But the breweries figured it out now, right? They're all sort of concentrated
The laws
together.
suck for distilleries right now.
Yeah, but they're changing after the first, and they'll be able to. Yeah, I mean, it's going to take 5 or 6 months for it to all flesh out. Yeah. I just don't think you're going to see 200 distilleries in San Diego. It's just too hard, and there's not enough differentiation, right? I mean, I can't.
Yeah, but you shouldn't feel bad about it, because people come in.
I don't feel bad
and they haven't heard of Rip Current, and Rip Current won best tiny brewery in the world,
right?
At GABF, and we're like,
stuff's delicious.
How you've not heard of Rip Current? They have a tasting room in North Park now, and they're like, sorry, we know the big 6 in San Diego,
right?
So I mean, it's not like there's still a lot of people that are in the dark about what's local breweries that are doing really well and have been around for years,
right?
So.
Yeah, the difference is that even when the laws change, like I said, the breweries can sort of open up and just start making money kind of right away. Because everyone wants to go try all these different beers. I just don't think with the distillery pops up, their rum or their gin it's not going to be that different. Where it's like, oh, let's go there and try a flight and do whatever. It's just kind of a different breed of thing. If you're a gin drinker, yeah, I like gin and I love trying different gins, but I have my go-to gins that I like to drink, and that's what I'm going to drink. And unless you can wow me with something, I don't have a go-to IPA. I like all kinds of IPAs. I like trying all kinds of different stuff. When I'm at the store, I'm like, I've never heard of that. Let me grab some of that. And it's not as easy with liquor, especially at the store. You have to commit to a whole bottle and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
it's going the right direction now.
Oh, it's totally going the right direction. I'm happy as hell. Yeah,
and that's what we think. I mean, that's why we're doing what we're doing now, is because we want on board with you guys. We want to support you guys because we know you're doing something cool that eventually is going to change the game. So.
Yeah. No, it's cool. It's awesome. All right, I'm way late. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll wrap everything up. I want to talk about your holiday plan, your New Year's stuff, and all that great stuff. So we'll be right back after this. You're listening to Nicksology on ESPN Radio.
You're listening to Nicksology on ESPN 1700. Brought to you by 619 Vodka, who reminds you to always drink responsibly. Find out more at 619vodka.com.
Hey, Mr. Credit here. If you ever catch me at happy hour, you'll probably catch me drinking a vodka martini. I don't always drink vodka, but when I do, I drink 619 vodka because it's local vodka from right here in San Diego. I know the owner, and you can meet him too. Go to 619vodka.com and think 619 Vodka when you're out there having a good time. That's 619vodka.com. And of course, remember to always drink responsibly.
CS Keys here to tell you about San Diego's handcrafted ultra premium vodka, 619 Vodka. It's distilled and filtered 5 times, gluten-free, and made from 100% pure mountain spring water for a smooth, clean finish. It's a 2-time silver medal winner and a 2-time gold medal winner already in 2013. America's Finest City has America's Finest Vodka that everybody can experience. Just go to the website, 619vodka.com. If you know like I know, you better tell somebody.
The Capital One Quicksilver Card presents the greatest college football plays, as told by Charles Barkley.
So the quarterback from some Boston school, way back in the 80s, he's like 5 feet tall, and he's running around so he can see. He just chucks the ball downfield with no time left, and some other dude caught it for a touchdown, and they won. That was pretty cool.
The greatest college football plays has been brought to you by the Quicksilver Card. Watch the Capital One Orange Bowl New Year's Eve to see the next great play Barkley and everyone else will be talking about.
You know, Greeny and I don't have much in common.
No, that's an understatement.
But we are both proud to be Mahindra tractor owners.
That you're right about. My Mahindra does everything I need a tractor to do.
And I can't wait to use mine to build a new retaining wall on my property.
Now, Mahindra has more than heavy-duty tractors. They're rolling out the new Impact XTV.
And this thing is a beast. The Impact is an off-road vehicle that delivers best-in-class cargo capacity, towing capacity, and ground clearance, and it's made right here in the USA.
So go to your Mahindra dealer for red tag savings on the world's #1 selling tractor and check out the all-new Impact XTV.
And join Mike and Mike as proud Mahindra owners. Learn more at MahindraUSA.com.
From your friends at Mason Saw and Lawnmower in El Cajon, or visit them at masonsaw.com. That's masonsaw.com. Mahindra, the toughest tractors on earth.
And now, back to Nicksology on ESPN 1700. Brought to you by 619 Vodka, who reminds you to always drink responsibly. Find out more at 619vodka.com.
All right, welcome back. We're here with Beau and Mike from the Brew Project. I'm like too into the Malahat drinks. No, I hope you're right. I think
everyone's getting prettier.
Yeah, I know. You're looking good, man.
Thanks, man. I need a haircut. My head looks like a mushroom.
I'm going tomorrow. I know.
I'm getting one in like 2 hours though, so I don't look like an idiot the whole weekend.
I'm going tomorrow morning. So wow, now we're down to hygiene.
Yeah,
this is good. This is a good show. It's a good end of the year show.
Gotta round it out.
Over already.
Gotta round it out.
Man, it's like. I mean, there's that thing of you get the older you get, the faster they go. But I feel like I leapfrog from like 40 to 70 or something because they're just flying by, man. Yeah. So how long do you guys work on getting the Brew Project open? That was like 8 or 10 months, right?
We first met in November. We were scouting properties all through December, January, and February. Found the our gang location, and then we officially closed and took possession on May 12th. Did 5.5 months of renovations, opened October 26th. I mean, actually, in Christmas Eve day was the first day that Mike and I hadn't been at the bar in 7.5 months.
Oh, really?
So it was, a couple days
I was coming by there at different times of the day, and you guys were just plugging away day and night, and that little makeshift table.
So a lot of Red Bull and some other stuff.
The walls speak to us.
Yeah.
It is haunted.
Yeah.
It's creepy as hell.
Dude. All right. Well, let's quickly, let's give a plug to whatever we're drinking now. What is
this? This is Ale Smith's My Bloody Valentine. So it's a great amber ale they released during the winter. Notes of like caramel, coffee, chocolate, and then it's they use basically these floral hops that give it a nice kind of citrus pine finish.
Man, that's really good.
So hopped up.
So My Bloody Valentine, but is it a?
It's like Evil Dead Red's cousin.
But is it a seasonal thing? Or,
yeah.
And why is it? Is it out early or is it out late? Like.
So my Evil Dead Red comes out around Halloween. It's 6.66%, and then this comes out afterwards. 6.66%.
And does it last through Valentine's? Or?
Yeah. So Evil Dead Red is more of a malt based, and then this one's a little bit more floral.
Oh,
in my
man,
opinion.
That's so good. That's so good.
But it's Ale Smith, so it's it's gonna be good.
Right.
It's always a reliable brewery. Buy anything from them. So
yeah, they're one of my favorite breweries.
Yeah, for
they
sure.
Really are. Yeah. All right, so we only have a few minutes left. So you guys have what do you guys got going on for New Year's?
Yeah, so for New Year's, we have a prefix menu with specialty craft beer and whiskey pairings. $60 pre-sale, $70 at the door. 4 courses, and Beau's going to take each of the courses and pair them off with some of the really cool specialty beers that we're going to have on. So.
Are the fries in any of the courses?
They are not.
It's going to be a little bit more of an advanced dinner than that. Like I said, we're letting Chef spread his wings.
The fries are so good.
Yeah, so starting off the new year, the last meal of 2015, it'll be 4-course prefix, and then that'll go from starting times for dinner at 7:30 or 8, and then at 10 o'clock, one of our bartenders, Matt, he also works at the local downtown. We were kind of talking. We got our entertainment license, but we didn't want to do anything too extravagant. And he's like, "You guys, the bar's in an old 1902 Craftsman house, and he's like, just throw an old school kegger. So it's not mandatory you buy the wristband, but if you buy a wristband, it's $30, and we're gonna set up kegger stations, just like an old house party, kind of a craft meets college, and $30 gets you unlimited beer from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Craft meets college. I like that.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That today. It's pretty sweet.
Dude, that your place is perfectly set up for that too. It's upstairs and downstairs.
No, it'll be everywhere. Yeah, so we got our bar backs. They're gonna pour beer, and they'll get bartending flair, and we'll have some awesome beers. So,
dude, so I'll just be able to wander around, and there'll be just kegs throughout.
It'd be like we're gonna give you the red cup,
solo red cup, man.
You can replace it, but you're just gonna walk around and get the hand pumps, and we'll just keep changing kegs out. So
$30.
$30. Yeah, everything's available on the brewproject.com, and anytime you come into the bar, you can obviously always buy it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, send me all that stuff. We'll post it up on the website with the show and everything. I'll have stuff posted tomorrow. Cool. Yeah, totally. And then I want to remind people too, because I have it on the notes here, because we've done this before too. Your patio's dog friendly, which is awesome.
Yes, sir.
And cat friendly. If you're into that kind of thing.
Really? Have you had anybody bring a cat out?
No, but
I guess you are kind of.
Well, we're waiting for it. If you wanted to bring a hamster in, I guess you could do that too. But
I don't know. If I brought my dog and there was a hamster on the patio, it might not go too well. You guys know Roscoe. He's kind of.
But it's dog friendly patio. Dogs are more friendly than babies on the patio, I think. So.
Oh man! And so, are you going to start using the vanilla? Sorry, I brought up some vanilla 619.
Yeah, we have a regular Nicola. She has been bugging us for a premium vanilla vodka since she was our first customer actually.
Nice.
And so we have this to surprise for her, and I'm hoping that she's not one of your listeners. We are hoping that.
No, yeah, so you can
it's a surprise for like 3 weeks.
There's only like 4 people listening to the show. You don't have to worry about it.
This airs in like Tokyo in like 3 hours, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah. All right. Well, that's it, guys. We're done, man.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Thank you so much. Yeah, everybody come by the Brew Project and order a social. It's the drink that we highlight.
It's the best drink they make.
Best drink we have. Forget the beer.
So good, right?
Forget the
Nobody
beer.
needs to drink beer. Dude, that's the thing. It's like I can't wait till summer again because it's like the perfect summer cocktail. So, all right, cool. Well, that's it, guys. Thanks for coming out.
Thanks,
Happy New Year, everyone. We'll talk to you next week and next year. Nicksology, ESPN Radio. That's it. Happy New Year. Bye.
Thank you for listening to Nicksology on ESPN 1700, hosted by Nick Apostolopoulos. Nick is the owner of 619 Vodka. Find out more about this locally owned vodka at 619vodka.com.